Hello.
Then, now,
Countdown to the queens.
Episode number 500.
forever,
Looks like hell froze over.
Without any more further ado,
together.
let's jump straight into the show. Hello, welcome to episode number 19, I believe, of the TEW IX Challenge Run. We are here for ECW for Tuesday, August 6th, 2024. We are on the road to SummerSlam. Last week we saw the crowning of a new ECW television champion. The god Kyle O'Reilly is now a two-time champion. He dethroned Solo Sikoa in last week's main event. We also found out the entire Team Heyman lineup. That being the aforementioned god Kyle O'Reilly, Kevin Owens, Sheamus, Rey Mysterio, Hook, and the Dudleys. Tonight we have a few matches announced. We've got a tag team match between members of Team Heyman and Team Russo. It will be the aforementioned Dudleys against Tangaloa and Tamatonga of the Gorillas of Destiny. That's our main event tonight, so this show is probably going to score badly. We also have Kelsey Cook against JC Jane, Alistair Black against Ashante the Adonis, and Apollo Crews against Karrion Kross. I think I've added in a soundbite since, Apollo Crews Gate, NXT Contract Gate following last week's ECW show. I managed to go in and he was the one, I could go in and managed to get him to go to AAA and then just took his contract from AAA. So he is still around. I can't be bothered to do it with everybody else. I've pivoted with the Wendy Chu story, and everybody else are just NXT guys. So I'll live with my mistake for the rest of them. But yeah, Apollo is still here, Relax, he's fine. Without any more further ado, let's jump straight into tonight's show. We start off the show, Kevin Owens, Kyle O'Reilly, Rey Mysterio, Sheamus, and the New Breed come out. And Kevin Owens takes the mic. He goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ECW. It's been a while since myself and my teammates here have been a part of this brand. Quite frankly, we think this brand is an embarrassment to the sport of professional wrestling. Ever since Vince Russo took over it, he said my way or the highway, and we up and left out of this place because this place needed us a whole lot more than we needed them. And you can tell, how much Russo has destroyed the heart and soul of ECW because it's got us teaming up with Paul Heyman of all people. Heyman is now the lesser of two very bad evils. But last week, we proved that we are a united front. We proved that we're better than Russo's team when the god, my friend Kyle O'Reilly, recaptured that television championship. He planted Solo Sikoa's head into that mat with a brainbuster to regain his championship. And tonight, the TNT Dudleys here, Terrence and Daryl, they're going to defeat Tangaloa and Tamatonga and again march on our momentum towards SummerSlam. It's going to be a whitewash. Team Heyman is the team that will lead ECW forward, not Russo. Russo's days of in charge of ECW will be a bygone era. As a matter of fact, next week will be the final ever episode of this stupid, extremely cool wrestling crap. Because we're going to win at SummerSlam, and we're going to take back the heart and the soul and the spirit of this brand to where it needs to be. I don't like Heyman, we don't see eye to eye a lot, but one thing is he's got a better eye for the future of ECW than Vince goddamn Russo. So boys, we're ready for war. Dudley boys, you ready for tonight? Oh yeah, testify. Clarence goes, great. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We've got a show to watch. And yeah, that's it. The rest of Team Heyman go to the back. Just a fiery babyface promo by Kevin Owens to open up the show. We then see Russo in the back, shaking his head. He goes, I can't believe this, bro. Fat ass Kevin Owens back on my television show, bro. This is not gonna fly. And he sort of rings up security and he goes, hey, security, bro. I need you to get fat ass Kevin Owens and the rest of Heyman's boys, apart from those Dudleys, because we've got a special treat for them in tonight's main event. need you to get all of them out of my arena, off of my show, bro. Because I'm not having this. These outsiders making themselves comfortable. They don't work here. 79. Sure, we'll take that. Sasha Banks against Ivy Nile. And she beats Ivy Nile in 10 minutes and 41 by submission with the bank statement. 85 for Sasha, 64 for Ivy. So yeah, 79 is a pretty good match. Says the crowd was disinterested, but the crowd he got a 78, so, you know, fuck them. But yeah, Sasha Banks have a nice victory here tonight, and she celebrates after the match. When the crowd starts, you know, cheering something. From behind Sasha Banks jumps Candice LeRae. She's got like a kendo stick or something. She swings in the back of Sasha Banks. Sasha goes down. And Candice, like, brings the fight to her. Indy Hartwell tries to fight her off. Candice takes her down as well. And she hits a lion salt on Sasha Banks, taking her down. And she turns around, and Tatum Paxley's in there, and she drops her with that psycho trap. And Tatum Paxley then stands tall. She's still got the Liberty Championship in her possession. She like hugs it really tightly. Goes, no, neither of you deserve my baby girl. She's mine, and she'll officially be mine after SummerSlam. So yeah, you know, Sasha jumped the barricade on SmackDown to attack Candice. Candice reciprocates here tonight. What I liked about this angle specifically is the placement, because I just did the angle where Russo like sent the security off to go and escort the rest of Team Heyman out of the building. So like, that's why there's no security out here to stop Candice and Tatum jumping the barricade in kayfabe. Like, yeah, you know, nice. But Tatum Paxley is the one who stands tall here tonight. And she rushes to the back as well, you know, to go and see Rhea. I guess Rhea's here. They then cut to the back, and security, you know, has found the rest of Team Heyman in the Team Heyman locker room. And they goes, guys, and Kevin just sort of shakes and goes, let me guess. This show would go off a hell of a lot more smoothly if we left. And they go, by orders of Mr. Russo, sir. He goes, great. Okay. Well, we trust Terrell and Terrence to get the job done tonight. No, they don't need us. Okay, we'll go somewhere else and watch if Russo wants to be such a damn dictator around here. You can see who the bad guy is, right? And the security guard's like, we're just doing our job. And we don't want to fight. And Heyman rushes and goes, whoa, what's all the commotion here? And Kevin Owens goes, we're getting kicked out. Heyman goes, why? It's Russo. He goes, I guess technically he's still overseeing ECW right now, so it's his power over mine, I'm afraid, Kevin. So you and the rest of our boys here are going to have to listen to security and be escorted off the premises tonight, and hopefully Terrell and Terrence won't need you in tonight's main event. Kevin goes, I know they won't. It's just Russo wants us out of here. He wants us to be silenced. He wants to continue to rule over this show with an iron fist. But don't you worry, Russo, I've got one more thing to say to you. SummerSlam, this ends. Your tyranny over this brand comes to an end, and we're going to be the ones to do it. And they do just leave. Security escorts them off the premises, so they're out of the building tonight. The only members of Team Heyman still in the building tonight are Terrell and Terrence Dudley. We then see Kelly Kincaid. She's backstage as my guests at this time, the ECW Tag Team Champions Joe Hendry and Braun Strowman. They slide into frame. And Kelly goes, last week, your defense against the Paragons, Dolph Ziggler and Cesaro, didn't quite end the way a lot of us wanted it to end when the House of Black came out and got involved. And Joe goes, Kelly, this issues between the Paragon and the House of Black, you know, I couldn't really give a damn what it's all about. It all goes way above my head. All I care about is reigning as the ECW Tag Team Champion with me and Braun here. So, we're still the champions right now, but I know a lot of people are going to be disappointed that there wasn't a finish to last week's match. And I'm one of those people, because people were saying that we were going to meet our match against Cesaro and Ziggler. But I feel like we had them beat if it wasn't for the House of Black's interference. So, Kelly, all four of those idiots are dumb. And here's what's going to happen at SummerSlam. Myself and Braun will defend the ECW Tag Team Championships, not just against Cesaro and Dolph Ziggler in a rematch, but also against Brody King and Ciampa of the House of Black. But before then, Kelly, me and Braun, we've got a little concert in store to get us in the SummerSlam mood, to release the summer's biggest hit. You know, you've heard all about Brat Summer, I'm sure, Kelly. Well, this is going to be Hendry Summer. You're not going to want to miss that. And Kelly sort of like smiles and goes, sounds great, you know, I can't wait for next week. Yes, there's our ECW Tag Team Championship match made official for SummerSlam. German will defend against the House of Black and the Paragon in a trios tag match, or not trios tag match, three-way tag match at SummerSlam. 73 rated match. Apollo Crews he's here day one and he's already scoring better than Karrion Kross, which I guess isn't saying a lot. His devout moosist gimmick gets a very good. I used a gimmick idea on him, it was a success. Nice. And yeah, he does defeat Karrion Kross with a standing moonsault in 10:48. 64 for Karrion, 73 for Apollo. Karrion Kross is looking very stale. Sure, but I've just brought him back, and he's now actually going into a storyline, rather than just walking around being Cold Steel, the Shadow the Hedgehog enjoyer. But yes, small penalty to star quality for the devout moosist. I guess I can see that. But then after the match, Apollo is celebrating. You know, he's talking down to Karrion. He goes, "He'll forgive you, Karrion, for all your sins." And then Karrion gets up and snaps in his face. Goes, "I don't want to be forgiven. I don't regret any of my antics. I'll do them all over again if it means I get to the bottom of whatever this bull crap is." Now Moose goes, not Moose, Apollo goes, "Now he's not one for words like that, Karrion. You might want to watch your mouth, because he doesn't take too kindly to sinners." And he goes, "I don't give a damn what he thinks. I even know who he is. Now tell me what is your business with me?" And Apollo goes, "Well, you're about to find out." Then a blinding light comes on the stage. The Titantron goes all white and there's blinding lights. Then we get sort of like the window, you know, the tinted window texture all over the Titantron. But apart from the hole where the wrestler comes out of, it's still just a white blinding light. And then out from the pearly gates steps the Moosiah. Moose gets into the ring. Karrion Kross, he looks like he's seen a ghost. Quite literally, I should say. Because, you know, last time we saw Moose, he died. And his eyes bugging out of his head as Moose gets into the ring. And Karrion goes, "Carcass, you're alive." And he goes to hug him. And Moose spears Karrion Kross. And he stands tall. He puts his arms up out in the air. And he goes, "I have been resurrected." The Moosiah is here. The Church of Moose. It spans across all multiverses of the TEW world. And he's here. The Church of Moose and his devout follower Apollo Crews have taken action against the sinner known as Karrion Kross, the man who, you know, used Moose in a previous life. We then cut backstage. Tay and Patsy catch up with Rhea Ripley again. She goes, "Mommy, I'm here." She goes, "Great, you know, I should you take care of Sasha and Candice." Tay goes, I got them really good. They keep trying to steal our baby girl. But after SummerSlam, it's going to be great because you and I are going to both be champions. And then Florence sort of just walks past when she hears Tatum say that, and she goes, "Both of you champions." That's a tall order for Mommy here, considering, you know, she knows she hasn't got what it takes to dethrone me for this championship. Because you're running your mouth a whole lot. Okay, I don't really see you backing it up in the ring. Every time I step into the ring, I dismantle every single woman I'm across the ring with. I'm yet to see any such ferocity from you. So if you think you're on my level, prove it. Florence goes, "Oh, I can prove it." And then she sort of turns across the table and goes, "What do you say, champ? How about next week, you and I, you could do Mommy a little favor and you and I can go one-on-one ahead of me knocking your head off and then hers just days later. And Tatum sort of looks across at Rhea Ripley like, should I? Rhea goes, yes. And he goes, I'll see you next week, Florence. You're going to regret talking to me and Mommy like that. In front of my baby. Like, Malk's covering the ears of the championship as she walks away. And Florence just sort of shakes her head and goes, what the fuck is the matter with her? But yeah, Tatum Paxley and Florence, good God in heaven, reinforce the ring for that one next week. 71 raid match. Pretty good for who's in this. And yeah, Kelsey Cook defeats Jacy Jayne 10:44 by pinfall. 70 for Kelsey, 69 for Jacy Jayne. She hits that moonsault, gets the win. But then after the match, Jacy starts to get to her feet. And, Kelsey's watching on. When she takes down Jacy Jayne again, and she holds her in position in a camel clutch position. When the lights go out and they come back on and the House of Black are in the ring, Kelsey's still got the submission locked in on Jacy Jayne and the House of Black are standing over her. Sort of a parallel to, last week where the same thing happened to Kelsey at the hands of Adam Cole. And Asa takes the mic. He goes, so here's the difference between you and I, Adam Cole. Last week, when one of us was put in peril, we were going to do something about it, but you're going to sit back there and just let one of your own take this beating that quite frankly she deserves after the antics she pulled last week, and you're nowhere to be found. Now is it because you don't care about the other members of the Paragon because you're simply using them to get to the World Championship? Or are you just a coward, not afraid to come out here while all three of us are in the ring? Either way, at SummerSlam, you won't be able to hide from me. You and I, we've done this dance a hell of a lot of times. And if you want to go down to those levels of hell, trust me, we can go even deeper than that. And then Ashanti the Adonis comes out ahead of his match of Aleister Black. Gets a 76. Ashanti and B-Fab are a good pairing. I'm not even sure if they're even still together because Ashanti has been hitting on other women. So, although to be fair, I mean, I don't want to do B-Fab like that, but that would be in line with his character. Yeah, it is Aleister Black who picks up the win here tonight. He defeats Ashanti the Adonis in 10 minutes and 4 with a Black Mass. 80 for Aleister Black, 77 for Ashanti the Adonis. Yeah, he gets the win. Obviously, over the God's Adonis Truth. After the match, Adam Cole, Cesaro, and Dolph Ziggler do come out. And Cole goes, congratulations, Aleister, you managed to beat Ashanti the Adonis. Bravo, nice win. Now, the reason I didn't come out here earlier on is because I'm not stupid. Okay, Jacy, she's in the back getting checked up now because of the attack by the hands of your evil little daughter, Kelsey Cook. Now, we didn't leave Jacy. We never leave. The Paragon never leaves one of its own in situations like that. It's that I'm not going to fall for your trap, Aleister. You pride yourself on mind games and being this evil overlord. Quite frankly, I never understood it, but, you do you, kid. But that's not how Adam Cole Bay operates. That's how the Paragon operates. So we do our stuff. We come out here and we talk smack to your face. There is no mind games about it. But SummerSlam is going to be your reckoning. Because the Paragon is going to leave with the ECW Tag Team Championships and still ECW World Champion Adam Cole Baby. Because you see, this chapter, it's only just getting started. And you are damn sure not the one to end it. Then Aleister takes the back and he goes, I'm not the one to end it, huh? I can do more than just end your chapter, Adam Cole. I can end your Paragon. I can end your will to compete if I so want to. But I'm going to spare you at SummerSlam. All I'm going to do is take your championship off your hands because that's all I really want. Now as for next week, I say why wait till SummerSlam. There's 3 of us. I see 3 of you. The Paragon and the House of Black can go toe-to-toe in a 6-man tag team match. And Adam Cole sort of goes, I was hoping, I thought you'd never ask, Alistair. I really do, because I already beat, the fat tattooed guy behind you to get the Challenge of the World Championship beforehand. I've beaten Ciampa countless times. I don't mind beating him again. And then it's just down to you and I, Alistair Black, Adam Cole, baby. When I go 3-0 over your little house. See you next week. White 6 segment 7 even. Uncle Howdy sat on a chair opposite a guy who's wearing a cardboard box over his head. It just says "over it" on it. He takes it off and it is Kip Sabian. And Uncle Howdy goes, please, enlighten us about what that is. And he goes, I guess in many ways, this is my own mask. In many ways, this is how I hide myself. When I first got into this industry, I was aiming for the very top. But somewhere along the way, that all came crushing down. To the point where I'm now just a footnote in history. I came to NXT UK, couldn't find a footing there. Came across to NXT, couldn't find a footing there, and I was sick and tired of being overlooked. I am over it. And just when all hope seemed lost, I heard about this guy called Uncle Howdy. You know him. You are him. Now, what Uncle Howdy was, it was a second chance at a career from a guy who'd been written off. Bo. Now, Bo's circumstances are a whole lot more tragic than my own. But make no mistakes about it, my life has been far from easy. You can say I grew up with a silver spoon in my mouth, but that makes my fall all the more crushing. So when I had absolutely nothing, I had no one to turn to. You reached out to me. You said, hey Kip, all of us are a lot like you. We're over it. We need to get back at the system that screwed us over. And the first time in a while, I can take off my fake box, my fake mask, and stop hiding my face. I'm not afraid to show my face anymore, because I don a new mask now. And he gets flashes of Mercy the Buzzard's mask, on the screen as he's talking. And with that mask, carries a lot of power, but a lot more responsibility. I'm now a part of something greater than I could have ever imagined. This isn't just about my career, my legacy. It's about the legacy of each and every person who the system has said couldn't make it to the top. I'll join your side. I'll fight by your side, my new family. And we will do everything we can to keep his legacy intact. And he sort of stamps down on the box, crushes the box under his boot, and him and Uncle Howdy just start laughing as the video ends. Yeah, Kip Sabian, the whole thing of him, when he was doing the box thing in AEW, they didn't really go anywhere with it, and I thought it could have been an interesting angle for him. He could have gone this sort of darker route with himself. So I thought, yeah, he can come in, he can be in the Wyatt Six. So, that's the entire group. We've got one more video left to do, but that's just, Susie. We know Susie. So yeah, the entire group is Uncle Howdy, Susie, and then Eric Rowan is Ramble and Rabbit, Preston Vance is Huskers the Pig, Kip Sabian is Mercy the Buzzard, and Abby the Witch is Hannah Coleman the Bunny. I want to specify also that, I think they call Nikki Cross Sister Abigail in real life, rather than Abby. That's not the case here. Like, she's Abby the Witch because Susie has sort of quietly become, like, the embodiment of Sister Abigail. So, like, they're two different people. Wyatt 7, them 6, and then, of course, Bray is the 7th member. So, yeah, that's the group. Speaking of the Wyatt 7, we see Russo, watching that video backstage on a monitor. He goes, "Can you believe the state of these guys?" He's looking at Cardona and Hawkins. And he goes, "I know, Russo, as the king of ECW, the deathmatch king, these guys need to be taken down a peg or 3. Coming out here, guys like me get a second chance in this industry because I was misguided first time round, but now under your guidance, Mr. Russo, I'll be the top guy here on ECW." Then they opened Russo's office door and Bo Dallas just sat at the desk. And Russo's like, "What on earth do you think you're doing in here?" And Bo just laughs and, like, walks past him, whispers something in his ear, and then leaves the room. And then Hawkins and Cardona all come and go, "Why'd he say Vince?" But Russo is, like, speechless. And he opens the door, like, all the way. And his office has been vandalized. It's like the reckoning is coming. The Wyatt 6 logo is all over the walls. He went, our legacy, we'll save the legacy, you will pay, hurt people, all that stuff. Russo goes, my office, bro. Get out of here. Next week, it is the go-home show for SummerSlam for the ECW brand. We've got some big stuff set for that show, including a big 6-man tag team match. It'll be the Paragons, Adam Cole, Dolph Ziggler, and Cesaro, taking on the House of Black, Aleister Black, Brody King, and Ciampa, ahead of the respective championship matches at SummerSlam between the two groups. Adam Cole facing Aleister Black for the ECW World Championship, and Brody King and Ciampa, as well as Cesaro and Dolph Ziggler challenging Joeman for the ECW Tag Team Championships. And speaking of Joeman, a long-awaited return of the concert, Joe Hendry and I guess Braun as well, but he's not really going to be singing. The Joeman concert next week will be a thing you won't want to miss. Plus, Holy Mother of God, batten down the hatches, Tatum Paxley and Florence, 1-on-1 in my personal dream match, taking place next week. Champion versus quote-unquote champion, by the way. And then also we move on to SummerSlam. We've got one new match set for that show, that being the aforementioned 3-way tag team match for the ECW Tag Team Championships, as the champions Joe Hendry and Braun Strowman defend against Brody King and Ciampa of the House of Black, and Cesaro and Dolph Ziggler of the Paragon, in what should be a nice little championship match we've got assembled there. 51 rated main event. Yeah, this show is going to score bad, but like this, this being the main angle on ECW and the post-show angle I've got planned, I wanted to end the show with this. I knew it was going to be bad, but yeah. By the way, I'll mention it now because I did notice it. What the fuck was up with the ring at the opening segment? Like, Kevin Owens was cutting a promo and scored a 46. Okay. But yes, the Guerrillas of Destiny do defeat TNT Dudleys. Tama Tonga pins Terrell Dudley with Guerrilla Warfare. 46 for Terrence, 53 for Terrell, 36 for Tonga Loa, and a 54 for Tama Tonga. So yeah, nice win for the Guerrillas of Destiny to end the show. And I imagine all of Team Russo is out there ringside, but the show isn't quite over yet. Because Warden gets in the ring. And he double clothesline takedowns both of the Dudleys. He grabs one of the Dudleys, he hits a powerbomb on him. Solo and Austin Theory, they get in the ring, they double team the other Dudley, like toss him into Warden, powerbomb him. And he like cool as that goes get the steel steps. Matt Cardona and Kurt Hawkins do get the steel steps. They toss like the bottom step in. Like when they do the step spots, they've got the top ones and the bigger ones on the bottom. They grab the bottom steps, toss them into the ring. And Warden, power bombs one Dudley onto the steel steps. Power bombs the next Dudley onto the steel steps. Imagine lays both Dudleys down on the steps. When Solo goes up top, he hits a big diving splash on both Dudleys on the steps. And then a bunch of, medical staff and security come rushing out. And they check on the Dudleys as Team Russo leaves and stands toward the top of the ramp to win the show. Yeah. Not looking too good for Terrell and Terrence heading into SummerSlam. 65. This is more like it. This is more like a Russo rated show that I thought we'd be getting. But again, I needed to do that main event segment. I knew it was going to be bad. What matters more than that, though, is what you thought of the show. Do let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you next time for SmackDown. See you then.